Welcome to my channel, and today is my challenge. I bought very big, huge sweater, sweatshirt, whatever you can call it. And I like to make it fit for me. I bought it big because first of all, I couldn't find my size, and second of all, I love this color. This color, antique rose, very gentle rose, and I would like to do it double because it's nice fabric, but it's not warm enough. So I did find in my stash new pajama pants. They are flannel. I'm showing you. I already opened them, and it's pants. And I will try to make it work for me. I'm gonna use my old piece of clothing that I'm using as pattern, and I am already trying to do something. I put the sleeves. It is important first, it's sleeves. If sleeves fits, so everything else I will fit. I will try and make it work. This is a sleeve, and I will show you step by step how I'm gonna do this. Here on the side I have another piece of fabric that I will cut because the pants are wide, and I will use whatever it's been left for my benefit to make me this nice rose sweatshirt. And this is the pants on top. I didn't open still here because I'm thinking how I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. Probably will need to open here on both crunch area, but for now I am gonna work and see how I can fit. First I need to rip the stitches here because the way that I was measuring, the sleeves are not what I need to be, and they are falling from the shoulder here, and they not right size. See, they have this ribbing fabric, and I need to see I want to fit. So first I'm gonna go and start ripping, and then I'll come back to you and show you what I'm gonna do next. All right, here I am putting the pattern piece that I will cut this antique rose sweater and the sweater, and I will go and cut and make a little bit wider. The reason is a little bit wider, maybe half an inch, centimeter and a half centimeter wider, because I am building 2 layers. I want it to be warm. It's not warm enough for me when I am going out. I need to stay warm. So wool I don't wear, so I like to do that. Here I'm gonna continue showing. Now I'm gonna cut the piece. I would like to show you that I did the mark. The mark I did here with a chalk, that I will need to have an opening for a zipper. And I will cut up here. This is the fabric that I was thinking previous to add to my sweater, but I changed my mind because I found nicer and fabric and new, and I like it more feeling than that been worn. So it has some kind of, um, uncomfortable things. What? Okay. Uh, as I said, I'm cutting a little bit more, and the reason is that it's gonna be two layers, and I need to feel comfortable, not too tight on my body. Let's do here the armhole. All right, this is the piece. Here I have an opening for a zipper, but I ain't gonna open yet. I'm gonna open later. So this piece will go on the side, and I will continue laying the other pieces. I have some fabric left, so I can use in the other project. Here I like this color. Now I'm gonna go and cut the back. Later on I will cut the sleeves. As I am continue, I put the back, and I'm cutting the back. And from the other side. Okay, now I will need to go and do the sleeves, and later on, after I'm gonna connect, I will do the collar. Now I'm gonna cut the sleeve, and I want to show you that I first open the sleeve, iron everything, and when I came to the top, there is missing. Sleeve was off the shoulder, falling off the shoulder, and it's missing the tippy toe, and I like to add tippy toe. First I'm gonna cut, and then I'm gonna add the tippy toe that I need. The sleeve itself, I will give a little space here. Okay. Here we came, and I'm gonna cut here also. And I will cut here. Now here on top, I want to check again if it's okay. Yeah. All right. And here on top, what I will do is I will cut straight line. To cut a straight line, I will take a ruler and to find a straight line. And then I will draw the line. And then I will cut. I will eliminate the okay, here a little bit not even. All right, so okay, I hope you can see it that I did cut and straighten the line. Now I need to add, and you know that I will add the tippy toe, and I found the piece that been left. So first I will lay on top to give me a stitch, and then I will let this piece go up. And need to iron a little bit. To have the edges straight. The edges need to be straight, so I did iron. I did add for seam allowance, and now I am prolonging the stem, and I will cut around. Now I will cut the piece on two. And straighten up a little bit. Okay. All right. So here I will need to mark where is the back. So this is what I do. I put one or two marks that I know where's the back is. This is one piece, and I need to do the second on the second fabric. So this I'm gonna fold. I'm gonna put the pin. I'm gonna pin it that this piece shouldn't run away from me. And I will work as the same manners on the fabric that I'm adding. This pants. As you remember, I gonna add this kind of fabric inside, so it's gonna be two sizes. One, you can wear it one, and you can wear it on the second, inside out. Okay, now I'm gonna go and find me the best solution to cut. I'm gonna put straight, and I will find the best solution how to cut this. It is important that you should put straight stitch with the stitch. You should feel with your hands. All right, and I'll go back to you after I'm gonna cut it, because you saw me cutting the first piece. Exact the same, I'm gonna cut the second one. Okay, as I am continue showing you what I am going to do with this sweater. So let's let me show you what I did for now. What I did for now is I did connect all of the stitches here. I did add the Betty Boo. I love her. If somebody knows who she is, it will be wonderful. I will go and add for my clothing. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add more of them because I got on sale at Walmart for $1 a yard. So I am cutting this and I am adding this. I love it. Now, two of the layers, as I said, this is the layer that will be inside the flannel fabric. I did connect the sleeves and check that everything is fine and okay and everything is on the right place. Now, I did prepare the collar. This is the collar that will be here. I'm not going to do the zipper. The zipper I did in the previous sweaters and sweaters, and here I like to make a change. As you remember, I am making double. Double, this fabric is very beautiful, good and new, and I bought new on sale last year the sweater, and it's too thin for me for the winter time. I am always cold, so I need double layers to feel myself warm. I did everything what needs to be done, but I am continue and saying I didn't remove the ribbing from the bottom, but I did remove the ribbing when I was cutting the pattern and everything else from the sleeves. Why I removed them? Because I think that ribbon will need to be smaller, and he was on the way here to make right and uh, make sewing. So I did remove that. From the beginning of the video you see me that I am cutting my pattern with the ribbing, but ribbon was here original and I did remove. It was on my way, so I did need to remove it. I'm gonna add later on the ribbing. I'm gonna make it much smaller because I don't like the small or this big opening. If you can see, my wrists are much smaller than ribbing, and it's gonna hang there, and I don't like when it's you know, moving up and down. I like it to stay still, steady, hugging me, hugging my wrist. So I will cut right size. I did make red dots. I put where I'm gonna cut it. Will go on the side. I'm gonna continue showing you what I'm planning to do, and little by little I will do it. Now I came to the solution. I have this kind of things I want to show you. These clippers, I have them and I love them. It took me a while to find them. I was moving them around, and they are so on snaps. These snaps are wonderful. I want to use the silver one, but I don't know. I changed my mind because I don't think they fit. So what I'm going to do is a polo shirt. This is what I'm thinking to do. And I'm gonna add buttons. These buttons, I found them more or less I don't know, this I found them nice for me. So I will add the collar, and on the collar I'm gonna add a loop of the fabric, and I'm gonna just when I'm gonna wear it, because I need my throat being warm, closed. This is what I like. Winter time, I need my throat, my wrists being hugged close, because when the wind comes in, I am cold, even that I am with a coat. So what I'm going to do here, now I'm not going to install all of this, the polo lookalike. I'm going to install first, I'm going to do first the, if you see the pin here, I need to be sure. Let me remove this because it's on my way and I don't want to lose anything of those. I'm going to go on the bottom and on the sleeve, and I will show you what I mean. Then you will understand what I meant. If you're just going to put the outfit like this, and outfit just, you're going to do the sewing, what's going to happen inside the sleeve, the inside fabric will going to move around. So the solution that I came, and this is the all-time solutions, I would like to show you, I would like to share with you, if you're doing double outfit, inside you want to stay warm, and this is the best of the best solutions. I'm gonna go with the needle, and I'm gonna mark exact places that I need to mark. I don't want to turn the outfit around. I tried to go and work with the chalk. It doesn't work. It doesn't give me exact location that I need to have, and I want to keep it straight, and I will explain to you what to do. Chalk, when I'm going to mark it, it doesn't work. The best solution is, again, when you're sewing, I'm asking you again and again, learn how to use needle and the thread. You have to do the sewing by your hands because you need this. This is necessarily when you're sewing. I start sewing when I was very little, very young girl, a toddler even. I love sewing. So I used within a half sewing machine, and I used needle and a thread, and I was sewing for my doll's clothing. So here I'm going to show you the one of the methods that I used to make outfit fit and to keep everything intact. So I'm going to go inside, show you a little bit, and then I'm going to turn on the other side. You see the stitch here and the stitch there, and it's a shoulder. It is important. This is not for any reason. I just stick into it the pin. The pin here for a reason. The pin here that keeps two fabric not to move on the each side, that I can catch them. Now, I want to see that it's there, the stitch to the stitch. So it must be the inside stitch go on top the other stitch, and I will not give a mark. If I'm gonna give exact mark, then I will be able to sew these little pieces on one fabric, and on the other I will show you how I'm gonna do this. But first I need to do the mark. It is important, remember, you need to mark it to do exact the same from one side to another. If you're gonna sew here inside on this stitch the piece, and then it will move a little bit on the other side, the outfit will go crooked. You won't have professional work. So this is what I'm doing. I'm showing you the method that I used when I was a little. We didn't have a lot of things. So this is how it goes. Leave a bubble, and again you stitch. Leave another bubble. You have to leave a bubble to end closing. Okay, I will close and I will show you what I meant, that you will see that I have exact mark on both, on 4 sizes. I'm just trying to close the knot. The knot, it is important that you should have a knot, good knot. You will remove this later after you finish sewing. You can remove this, but it's important that you should use needle and a thread. Learn how to, because I know many people that don't use, only use the sewing machine, and the outfit needs more attention than you think. So you need to learn hand sewing. You see the bubble, I leave the bubbles not for a reason. Now I'm going in, and what I'm doing is I'm pulling the outfit on 2 sizes. I hope you can see what I did. When I pull, the bubble became a stitch. Now, I'm taking the scissor and I'm cutting in the middle. Let me show you. Here I have thread sticking out, and here I have thread sticking out. This is my mark. So what I'm going to do, I have a mark. You can use a chalk afterwards if you like, as I did, here and here. You need to sew this piece to the stitch, not behind the stitch, but on the stitch. Let me take the pins and you will see it better. Don't go over the stitch, because if you go over the stitch, you will make your outfit look uglier and the stitch will be not nice. Now I'm going with a pin and I'm pinning. Okay, now here what I need to do is, even here that I see my marking wasn't straight enough. This is what I was worried, and this is what makes me anxious and a little bit on the panic side, because I did want this to be straight and nice, and it didn't work. This is why I use this method. So this piece will go here, and you need to work a little bit with your hands, and I'm saying again and again, this is how it needs to be. I'm gonna use the pin for now, but you will go on the sewing machine and you will gonna give a straight stitch with a reverse back and forth stitch from the beginning until the end. Now I want to show you, this is what you need to have. Now I'm gonna put back the outfit back, the shoulder, this is the first place that we need. Under, we need to do the second one. If you don't feel comfortable, you can do it here, and I will do everywhere that I can exact the same pieces of fabric. And if you see me, I'm gonna cut exact the same, and this is where I'm gonna give the stitches. I'm gonna show you all the places that you need to go and give the stitches with this fabric, these pieces, the leftovers. Okay, let me show you that you will understand what I'm saying. So now I have pins inside, but I will go on the sewing machine and I'm going to give a stitch little bit later. But I am showing this is the first place. The second shoulder needs the same attention, exact the same manners. You use needle and the thread, but you need to use something that you see. I'm using red. You can use black, blue, green, the color that you can see where you are sewing, making the bubbles. Now, under the armpit, you need to do exact the same. The same piece. This is the piece. Let me measure for you because I have a little experience, so I don't need to measure. But you can measure the piece. It's 1.5 inches, little bit less than 1.5 inches, or 1.5 inches, 1.25 inches. Better, yes. 1.25 inches and a little bit. So every the sleeve, let's go back to the sleeve. Sleeve need under the armpit. Here you need also in the middle. Here you don't need because if you're gonna have ribbon, the ribbon will hold it together. But you need 1, 2 on the sleeves. Now going here, going on the sides, you will need, when you're putting under the armpit, you need to put 1 on the side. If you're not sure, because the outfit might move, because you still have 2 layers of fabric. This is what they do in the skirts. This is what they do in the lining. In the lining, they do exact the same method. If you know, if you're looking inside the outfit, jackets, skirts with the lining, and everything with the lining, you can find exactly the same piece of fabric that holding the other fabric together. This is the method that I'm showing you. I will go back and show you again. This is my sleeve, and it is important that you should see where you hold your sleeve together and see that stitch on top stitch. Stitch on top stitch. You have to go with your hand and see that stitch should lay on top, one stitch on top the other stitch. Otherwise, the outfit already moved. You have to line it up if you want your outfit to stay still, nice, and you won't be panicking. And it won't move when you're wearing it. It is important because I have experience wearing it and it's moving around and it's not fun. Here you go. I put a pin. Now I'm gonna go again in the same method and I will show you second time that you will understand what I meant. I'm gonna go inside from the other side. It's comfortable for me to go from the other side to get my hand inside the sleeve. You see, I mean? And a knot I'm making, and a knot is going to be outside. So I'm giving a stitch first, just a stitch. Here you go. And right away I'm building the bubble. Okay. Stitch on top the stitch. Don't forget that. Don't go very wide stitches. Go stitches, they're not so big. Now here is my bubble. And my bubble needs to be, you see, I'm leaving a loop. Bubble, loop, whatever you can call it. You need to close this loop. Because if this loop not be closed when you are finished sewing, it's just gonna open and you will lose it. A loop. Here I have another loop and I'm building another loop. Okay, I have 2 loops. It's enough for me to have these markings. You have to close the loop with a simple stitch, that machine stitch, whatever you choose. Okay, and then I'm making a knot. And I'm making not a tiny knot that's enough for me. No, you have to make it not big enough, fat enough that it won't rip, and you need to do it again. It's very frustrating when you're doing something and something ripped in the middle of the work, or some thread ran around and making you trouble. So you rather to do what needs to be done and feeling better. Here you go. I don't need the pin anymore. Now, again, I'm going to show you pulling 2 layers on the side of each other. This is what you see inside. I hope you can see it, because if you can see what's on my finger, this is where you need to cut in the middle. Go in the middle. This is it. I have marked. Now, I'm not waiting till I'm gonna sew stuff and everything else. I came to the point that here needs to attention now, and this is what I'm working on. Don't leave it and think, oh, I can come later on and thread gonna be there. No, I am working on this now, so it needs to be done now. And I'm putting the pin on the serger stitch, on the serger, not under, not behind, not around, on the serger stitch. 1 pin. Now, see? Then I'm catching my twin parallel line, and I am catching on the serger stitch. This is it. It's gonna be there till I'm gonna run now on the sewing machine, and I'm gonna do the procedure. Let me go on the sewing machine and I will show you how it's been done. It is important that you should see how I'm doing it. I came to the sewing machine, and now I'm going to give stitches. So I want to show you. It's 2.5 wide. Rather to have stitches smaller, not too smaller than 2.5 wide, because 3, I don't know. So I left it like that. I didn't touch anything of it. I'm going to do this, and I will turn on the other side to the right side, and I will show you what it is. Now I'm going under the sewing machine, and I will give 2 stitches to this fabric. Back and forth, don't forget to give the beginning back and forth. Okay, let me see where is the pedal is. Okay. And I'm going to cut the thread. It is confusing. So I'm going on the other side of the piece. If you can see it, here it is, peekaboo, and it's gonna stay here, and I'm gonna give a stitch on top of the serger stitch, not behind. Remember, back and forth from the beginning and back and forth at the end. Okay, I'm gonna take the outfit out of the sewing machine, and I will show it to you what I meant. Let me cut the thread. If you don't feel sure this fabric is strong enough, take different stronger fabric. This is what needs to be, needs to look like. The two sleeves need to be connected to each other, two layers. Let me go outside and I will show you how it is. The only what's left is markings, and I can remove them. I don't need them anymore. They moved very nice and easy. The work will be clean. Let me go in. I need to remove the little knot here, and it doesn't want to move from outside. Here you go. And then now I'm going to go in on the stitch. I'll see if I have markings of the, okay, let me see. Here they are. You see the red ones? And this is how you can move them. Done. Clean. To cut. You can go inside if there is a piece that not left and it doesn't want to come off. See, a little piece like to stay there because now this piece will hold together my sleeve. My sleeve maybe move a little bit inside because it's two layers, but it won't go and go around, you know. So if you don't do so, it will go and go twisted. And this is it. You lost the all the outfit that you make. You need to open and you need to do so. I'm going to go on the table and showing you what I'm going to do next. All right. Now I did the stitches that I supposed to do inside the piece of fabric, as I said, and I did stay stitch on the sleeves, and I did stay stitch on top where is collar coming. And let me show you what I'm gonna do next. All right, so I will continue adding pieces. Here I stitched, put the infusion both sides, and I did the stitch inside and then outside. Here I did infusion both sides, if you can see, and I prepare the piece that I'm gonna add here. I'm gonna give the overlock stitch. It's gonna be like that. I have buttons that I'm planning to add, as I told you that, and I have a collar that needs to be sewn, and I'm gonna do this kind of loop. Here is the button that's gonna go on the collar, and I'm gonna close it with a loop. I want to show you how it will go. So I wanted to see how loop's gonna look. And what's gonna be left, I'm gonna sewing the bottom to the top, and gonna do the on the sides also. I will show you, and I'm gonna do the ribbing on the cuffs on the sleeves. So I would like to show you the idea that I had. I have this kind of flowers. So why don't you tell me, write to me and tell me if This is the nice adding to the buttons, or with flowers or without flowers. All right, so I'm gonna go on the sewing machine, and first I'm gonna add the collar. The collar I'm gonna add, and I'm gonna stitch only one stitch of the collar. I'm gonna remove this. One stitch of the collar, only the top one I'm gonna connect to the piece. I will use the gathering to adjust the size of the neckline, because I am smaller here, and I will do another stitch, and I will gather to fit the collar. And after I'm gonna give one stitch. This is the way that I'm gonna do it. One, not two pieces. The second one will go like this. I'll probably use some ribbon, and I will show you how I'm gonna do it. After I'm gonna add the collar, and then I will add probably this piece. Let me see how it will work out, because it's a little bit, everyone wants it in that corner. So let me see how I'm gonna work on that. I never done this before, and let me see how I can mingle and make it work, and I'll go back to you and show you how I add all those pieces. So I see you in a bit after I'm gonna work and add pieces. I give the stitch for the collar, and as I said, I'm gonna do only the one stitch, not two. And I will take, and I'm gonna use this ribbon. I have this kind of decorative ribbon, and I'm gonna separate, and I did start separating from the lace. This is how it goes original, and I did separate piece from lace. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give a stitch with this ribbon, and it's soft, it's not tough, it's not rough on the skin. But before I'm going to do so, I need to give a press. And it is important to give a press to straighten up the ribbon. I'm giving a press from the inside, because I'm taking this piece from the lace, and it was sewn, so I need to straighten up the stitches, and there is marks of needle of sewing machine. Before I'm gonna install it, I need to measure. I need to measure and see if it will fit. This is how I'm going to do. First, I'm going to give a stitch here, and then everything that's all the thread that hanging, I'm going to fold inside. Not ripping, not cutting, I'm going to fold inside. The reason is the flannel, it is very, very soft fabric, and it's very, very easy. So I don't want to do the damage. After I'm gonna sew, it's gonna rip. So this is not what I want to do. I think this piece will be enough, but I will open a little bit more in case, just to be sure that I have enough this ribbon. The ribbon, it's nice, and it will give a little character inside. Okay, and a little bit more, and I think I will cut. I'll go on the sewing machine and I will install this ribbon. And first I'm gonna give on top the stitch, and then I'm gonna give the second one on the bottom. This is the best of the best ways to hide all of those stitches. I will hide them inside. And I'm trying to measure again, and it's better to measure a couple of times, 3, 4, 5 times even, just to be sure that you have what you need, the size what you need, and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do it because I don't like when I'm working and something happen and piece missing. It upsets me, and I don't want to be upset. Well, it fits, so I'm gonna give a cut, and I'm gonna give another press with my iron to be sure that it's staying still, and then I'll go on the sewing machine and I will install it. Little steam. Now I'm ready to go to the sewing machine, and I will, after I'm gonna do so, I'll show you what I'm gonna do next. So I see you in a bit. I'm gonna do this behind the camera. As I am continue showing you, I did the collar, and I will open for you to show you how I did. Here, as I said, that I'm gonna give exact here 2 stitches. Let me cut a little tiny thread here. Okay, here you go. Now I did give a stitch on top of the collar, as I said, 2 stitches, 1 stitch on top, the other stitch on the bottom. This is the outside. Now it looks like nice looking sweater, and what it's left to do is I never done the loops for buttonholes. I never done the buttonholes. This is what I want to say. So I was thinking how to do so, and maybe I'm gonna put the snap-on clippers, and this is what I'm going to do. And on top I will do those nice eddings. I'm thinking, yes, no. What I've been left to do, this will go to the collar here, and I'm gonna close like that. As I told you, I'm gonna do loop with the fabric here. When it's gonna open, you won't see it like this, but I like my throat warm. I have sensitivity. What it's been left to do, it's on the sides. First, I'm gonna close the stitch here up the ribbon, and from the ribbon down, I will leave the opening and I will put this around. Here I will give stitches to connect the inside piece to outside. I will hold together and I will stitch on ribbon on the sleeve. This is what I've been left to do, and I will work on it and I will show you the final result. So I see you in a bit. I'm going to work and install those pieces, and I'll show you probably the final results. I'm gonna do this behind the camera because many times I showed you how to work on those pieces. So I'm gonna go and install. I would like to show you the way that I am doing the opening on the side. I'm working with preparing is for the machine with my hands. What I'm done here, I'm almost done. I finished the ribbing on the cuffings of the sleeves, and it looks wonderful. It looks fine. And now I am working on the side opening, as I said that I'm going to do. So I would like to show you a little bit how I am doing this. So I'm working with, again, sewing with hands, preparing to work the sewing machine. I have a piece that I iron and prepare to triple. This is how it will be. So I'm sewing around and I will do the one on top each other. I will sew. So I am continue sewing, and this here I would like to show you. So I used iron, and I did iron it very well with the steam and with my ironing devices from wood. Is if somebody watching my videos, you're supposed to see that this is what my husband did for me, this kind of ironing hemming board for collars and for very tiny space. It's very compromised, and even used my ironing hemming pillow and I'm putting on top, and I can iron. This is holds very well. So I did work with the iron to prepare this piece. As I'm continue, I'm showing you how I am doing this. I did this stitch and connect the inside fabric, the flannel, to the top. So two pieces, they've been sewn together with a simple stitch. I didn't iron it yet. I'm working on the opening, so it is important for me to show you this technical work, how you can do this. So as I am continue putting in the ribbing that I have opening on this side. Okay, and I'm putting in, and I'm working with the needle and the thread, basting stitch I'm doing. And I want to show you, this is important that you should see. It's not hard. If there is a will, there is a way. I'm coming till the end. I will cut this piece. Then I will fold the end of it. It's a little bit stubborn fabric, but I need to be done, so the other side that you are doing the basting, I'm gonna move now and I will show you that you are doing exact this here, you know, sewing with your hands, not over, that you should catch all the ends. And I wanna do this exact. So catching one side and another. What I did on the other side, I did this stitch with the sewing machine. This is what probably I will do in this end, because you see it's playing with me the games. It doesn't want to stay still, and this is what I don't like. So I'm gonna measure the end that needs to be done, and I will give here a straight stitch, a stay stitch. You see it fits, so all I need to do is go on the sewing machine and do the stay stitch. So this is what I'm going to do, then I'm coming back. I am done. The sweater is ready, and all the way down, and I want to show you what I did on the collar. Here what's happened is I tried mingling around and play around and see how it works. It looks like this collar keeps my throat, neck, front neck warm. So I did sew the big buttons, and I like them the way that they are, and I did put one clipper. One clipper would hold all the things that I need to do. And finally, I want to show you the opening that I did, and it works very well. I tried on, and the sweater looks wonderful. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I give you some ideas. I hope that you've been inspired to do things, create things. Stay warm, stay beautiful. And I hope you did sign up for my channel. Support me. It is very important. When you signing up, you showing me your support. You showing me that you have an interest. When you showing me this, so I want to do more, and I want to create more, and I want to share more, and I want you to know how to do more. What I know, I want to show you. So don't forget to hit notification bell, signed up, write me comments. It is important. I see people watching my videos and there is no comments. It is a little bit one-way street and it's hard. So I hope I will hear from you, and I hope you will support me with your signing up, comments, thumbs up, and you can share my videos also. Don't forget, you all designers, stay beautiful, stay healthy again. And I see you next time. So long.